Hello everyone, Friday today. It's been a good week. We've had quite a bit of good weather. I was able to get a little bit of the digging done, especially where those taters were, so we got that in hand. It's only light forking, it's not serious digging, so not a lot of problem. Now we've popped down to the bottom greenhouse because we seem to have an awful lot of bell peppers ready for harvesting. I want to get them while they're ready, because if we don't and the weather does change, they go down quite quickly out here. There's a few nice red ones as well. There's another one, it's a bit larger, that one. They're very, very good peppers. So what we'll do, we'll pick them. We've picked a few of the peppers but looking at the crop, they're still the same again, colouring up now, so it's been a good year for us in peppers. Remember, this is the first time we've actually cropped in this greenhouse down here, and it seems peppers do quite well, although I do believe I've got too many in here. But I was anticipating putting some outside, but the weather wasn't good enough, so that we've got extra in here than what we normally would. The sun's coming out, believe it or not. Now we're in the greenhouse. I'm just going to pick some more of the chili peppers, the Apache, because my son in Manchester says he wouldn't mind a string of them, so we'll do another string for him, and then when he comes to visit, you can take them back with him. Taking these larger ones as well, I just don't know where they've come from, but I'm sure they look hot. So we'll take them while we're here. I'll go over these and pick a few, and then we'll show you what we've got when we've done them. It's just a case, you can actually string them while they're green, but they do look prettier when they're red. Well then, that's the pick of the Apache peppers. These here, we don't know what they are. They actually came from Apache seed, so we don't know. There's a bit of a mix up somewhere for us to get those, but I can feel the heat off them now. Now we'll go up the garden. On the way we'll pull a little bit of beetroot, and then we need to go into the fruit cage and get some work done. Now down here next to the parsnips, I've got the last of the summer bolt hardy beetroot, so I want to get that lifted. We have set again on that little clotch, so there'll be a few small ones to follow, but this will be the end of the main one. I must remember to set a few more next year because they've done rather well. There you are, look. What I should do, I should put them in the trug, then wash them up at the tank. But we'll lift them anyway. That one's not. That's one of those Italian ones, you know, with the red rings inside. It must have got missed on the line. As you can see, some of this is quite large, but that's exactly as we want it, because it'll be sliced and bottled for winter. There's some weird and wonderful shapes, but they'll be fine. Now, if you was with us last year, if you can remember, the mice ate most of our beetroot. Luckily this year they haven't bothered with it. Now we've picked that bit of beetroot, I just thought I'd pop and show you how the Sherwood cabbage is going along. Throw in these extra heads. Now these are firm, very firm. There's definitely 3, but if you can see here, there's another one there, another one there, another one there, and no, there's not one down there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to have 6 heads, and I didn't think they would make cabbages, but believe me, they're making cabbages. This one over here, it was the last one cut, and it's just beginning to throw the extra heads now. But it's a good cabbage, it's a very tasty cabbage, but it thinks it's a Brussels, so it keeps throwing the heads. So in actual fact, we've taken one and there's 6 more still on it. That's good value for a cabbage plant. Now we've made our way up to the fruit cage, and I've lifted the net up in this area where the blackberry is, so I've got a better access to it. What we need to do is any branches that have fruited this year we need to remove, and the branches that have grown this year we need to tie in, ready for cropping next year. It sounds simple, but when you actually get in there, it's quite a job to get these used canes cut off. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a combine working in the field beyond the house, so I do apologise. We've actually just nipped up to the house and closed all the windows, because although a combine is nice to see, it creates an awful lot of dust. Best thing to do is start from the top, cut if you've used string, cut the strings and sort of start finding your way back until we've got a piece that's free, like this one. Try and follow it back as far as you can, pull them out. You see this one's cropped this year, it's fruited well, so we need to remove it. Now all these branches, they're all still green and soft, so they can quite easily go through the shredder and onto the compost heap. You can hear the combine turning now, but they've got to get it in while it's still dry, although it's very overcast. Right, follow it down as far as you can. This one comes off this stem here, so we'll take that off. What I'm going to do is just drop them behind me for now while we get through it. And this huge one here, look, let's take these off so you can see. Follow them back to the ground if you can. This is this one here that's fruited, look, so we'll follow that as low as possible, right down the bottom, and cut it off. Now these here are the new ones, look, that have already been tied that way, so I know not to get, but these here need to come off. So we was on this one, we're going to have to take it off as 2. And we just keep going through it until we get all this off that's fruited. It is quite a job, so I'll get them cut down. Diane will give me a hand, and then we'll show you with all the old branches removed. The only thing I can say is thank goodness it's not a thorn one. It's thornless and it's quite good to cut back. Right, we'll start by tying some of these in. We'll take these and we'll tie them into the bottom one first, use sisal string so it won't cut into any, and eventually the string will just rot, but that'll be next year then, so, but that'll be alright. So we'll tie these two in the bottom. Just do loose-ish, because we might have to move things. If we have to move it, it's quicker just to untie them. We'll trim these off when we finish, and then it'll break from here, and these will be the fruiting branches for next year. Nothing too serious at the moment. No. Then take the next one over and tie it onto that wire, and then probably this one onto this wire and that one, and we'll build up the framework and then we'll trim back. I'll tie some of this in and then I'll show you how I trim it when I've finished. You can see I've loosely tied it in for now, and I'll tie it in again in a few days when it's had a chance to settle. But you see this here, it's no good trying to tie it in like that. You may as well take that off, and what will happen now, you'll get breaks back here and it'll fill up nicely. Just have a quick look. This one looks doing nothing, so that can come off, and then I'll work my way back. Here you see this one, it's just stuck out. We don't really want that one on, so we'll take that one off. This one, we'll take that, and we'll try and clean the bottom a little so we can see what's going off down here. See, we haven't missed any. Looks okay, that one was missed. That's it. Take them off as tight as you can. If you don't, this is what will happen, they'll just rot and turn into wood. We'll work our way around and take all this off. This is doing no good up there, so we'll take that, so that will go along there. That's fine, that one. This one's got a break on it and it's sticking out the wrong way as well, so let's take that one off. We'll work our way round and then we'll do the inside. This, you see, this will come through the net, so we'll take that off. These up here we'll just cut back. They're in the net now, although the net will be off soon, we don't want them that big. Just keep it compact. We'll do those from the underside. Like we did the other side, these will remove. It's no good trying to tie them in. If I remove it, another shoot will come off that we can control a lot better. And this one, look, that one's actually broken, look, so you see where it's broken there, so we'll take that off. Just follow things around. This one, that one we'll take back. This one, that one, and it will put on quite a bit of growth this season as well yet, so we don't want it too big. And remember, all the shoots that come now are the shoots that are going to carry next year's fruit, so the more shoots we can encourage, they're the ones which are going to have more fruit. So that's that done. Leave that. Has all been stopped nicely. That's what we're aiming for, a nice wall like that. And all these will put fruiting shoots on. When it's settled down, I'll give it a good mulch of garden compost and some well rotted manure, And that'll be it for this year as regards the blackberry. Now this is everything that we've cut off. So what I shall do now, when I finish with you, I shall put it through the shredder, and this will chop up beautiful and straight into the compost bin. With it being soft, it'll go through. If you leave it for a day or two to harden, it'll be a nightmare to put through. Before it rains, it usually always rains when the combine comes out, and that combine is just the other side of those trees now. Before it rains, we're just going to pick the raspberries and then show you what we've harvested today, and Diane can nip in the house and get this video done. Now this little harvest for today, we've got those peppers we harvested, and there's the same again still down there, but they're like this one, they're not quite finished turning yet. As soon as they're turned, we'll have those harvested and up to the house. The raspberries, and just as we were cutting the blackberries, there was 1 or 2 blackberries, so Diane wanted those as well. The peppers, I shall make another string with them this afternoon or this evening anyway, and I'll probably string these bigger ones as well just to make it. And then you've got the last of the bolt hardy beetroot. They look a bit big. I don't think they'll be woody inside, but we'll see when we start cutting them. Right now, when Mark came yesterday, he didn't bring any muck this week. He says he's bringing it next week, but that's fine. So I sent back some lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes and spring onions for Gemma, and I harvested those yesterday and they went back last night. So we've had a good week harvesting. Now that'll be it for this week. Thank you for watching. Many thanks for subscribing. We've got 1 or 2 of the jobs done in the garden, but next week there's still more to get done, those little jobs that need doing before autumn. So I'll see you next week. Do take care everyone. Bye now.